Yes, fuck me. Mini tongue.
This is the Dude Loft Mountain podcast with your hosts, Gabe, Tanner, and Tommy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Dude Loft Mountain. I'm your host, Gabe. This is Tanner.
Howdy.
And Tommy.
Beep, beep, bop, bop, Americano.
Bop, bop, Americano.
Bop,
Boom, 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 boom. That took me a while.
Should have done Skibbity.
Skibidi, bop, bop. I don't even remember.
That song just, it hits too hard, dude.
You listen to that song way too often at the apartment.
Every
I heard
time,
it
every time you
guys
hear
were
it,
around.
you were just sad. Like
It's one
you
of those
hated life.
songs that like strangely grabs you.
It kind
It
of
doesn't let you
goes
go.
hard.
I
dude.
can't not repeat it days after you guys do
Skibbity
this.
bop bop. The music video is even more insane.
I can't. And then there's also another meme-ish song where it's that guy in the background screaming.
Oh, what is it called? Oh, it's by a guy named Kieran something, but his it's called Big Enough.
Uh-huh.
Song called Big Enough, and it's that guy with the cowboy screaming in the background in the mountains.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And I just hear that sound periodically.
That whole
in my
fucking
head.
album's crazy because the album cover is the guy, the producer, pissing on himself.
What?
It looks like he's laying down and there's a stream of piss arching towards his
For
head.
reals?
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, I wasn't there at the photo shoot.
Huh.
But
Speaking of memes, though, in the last episode, Gabe, you mentioned that you had written an essay that was used as a meme at some point. Did you ever find that?
No.
God damn it! I want to see that.
It was a Facebook meme. There's probably no way I'm going to see it, but
I want to find it.
I will keep looking.
Okay.
I'm sure. I thought I shared it at some point and was like, "This is my hand," but I can't find it. But I think I'm suspicious that Facebook is starting to just take things away from your feed. It just is you don't need to see any of these things. We'll
classic
show you what we
Facebook.
want you to see.
when I had a Facebook, that was the worst part of it, was it would stop showing me friends I didn't interact with a lot, but it was friends that I liked. And I'm just seeing people that I don't like and their dumb fucking opinions.
Facebook's stupid, dude.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't have
I hate
it
Facebook.
anymore.
The only thing that keeps Facebook valuable right now is Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is dope.
You use that more than I think anyone I've ever known, and most of the people
I don't use
know
it that much, though. I've only bought 2 things off of it.
Exactly. You're the only person who I know that doesn't live in the Midwest that has mentioned Facebook Marketplace.
That's because I tried to furnish a house at some point.
Yeah.
And Facebook Marketplace was a great spot to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But I've always just hear
Or if you're trying to sell
OfferUp.
stuff. Yeah. OfferUp is same thing, but Facebook Marketplace makes it easier so that the shit you're buying or selling, whatever you're trying to do, is more local. It makes it easier.
I see.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just mention OfferUp too?
Yes.
Okay, because I was thinking, I just used OfferUp a bunch. Whenever
Yeah.
I was selling
and
stuff.
I keep hearing
OfferUp's
OfferUp.
kind of whack, though.
It's people on it are kind of flaky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, for reals.
it's the Craigslist of the two versions, Facebook
Yeah.
Marketplace and OfferUp. OfferUp is Craigslist,
yeah.
and I don't know, the other one's Amazon or something.
Dude, Craigslist is dope. I love Craigslist.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like in Pine Top it would get real sketchy.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but they have a for sale free section. And you'll see people on social media that will just scour the free section and go find stuff and pick it up and flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they make their living.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much shit out there that people are just giving away.
Yeah,
I could
because
never
it's just
do that.
inconvenient. It's just
I know.
fuck it.
I would never
I'm
go
just-
through the effort of trying to flip it and make money off of it. But if it was something that I could use and maybe fix up a little bit and actually keep for myself.
What's HGTV for men with the motorcycles and the drag racing channel?
History Channel?
But
HGTV,
you talking about
but for men.
velocity or speed?
Speed.
Oh, I think it's Speed. They had a show, or one of those types of channels had a show specifically about 2 men who started this company, and it's just them flipping shit.
It's
Yeah.
American Pickers and it's on History Channel.
Oh, okay.
Well, dude, have you seen on the TikToks on the TikToks? God, how old am I? But have you seen
on the TikTok?
Have you seen on the TikToks where those people go out to Goodwills and stuff and they buy Nike or Adidas gear and they go and sell it online or on Amazon for double, triple the money that they paid for it.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's
That's
like
just-
flipping shit. People make their living off of it.
That's just such a hard way to make money. Like I just wouldn't. I just don't.
Well, they
I've
make it
noticed how to
look
make
really
money
easy.
like that.
I guess
Well, yeah,
there's-
but they're like you constantly have to deal with people, and people are the worst.
People suck. Yeah.
Like some people suck. Yeah.
But some people are born to be salesmen, and they really would rather drive around and do all that shit because it's at least exciting to them than sitting at a desk typing. So
Timing's kind of nice.
I'm a
like-
sitter. I like to sit. I like to stare at my window and type occasionally.
It's not even that because like at my job and like all of our jobs, we all have to deal with people, and people suck, and people at our job suck sometimes, and it just is a thing. But like you have to plan your day around someone coming at like 4 p.m. after work to come pick up a couch, and then they just don't show up sometimes.
Yeah,
And it's shit like that all the time.
That sucks. Yeah.
my job is the best. It is the best job.
The
I
best.
love my job. Continue. I just. Had
I
to do
wasn't
that
saying it.
sponsorship.
I understand.
I wasn't saying your job was bad. I look, my job's not bad, but it's still a job where I have to deal with people, and some people suck. It's
Some
just-
people do suck, but I mean, around the house, Gabe just constantly mentions how much he likes his job and
Actually, he legitimately
excels
does.
at
Yeah,
it constantly.
And his boss, who is so nice.
Yeah.
Where are we going with this?
You like your job. It's a great job.
No. Before that, I brought up the selling, the marketplace. How did we get to marketplace?
Well,
damn, we're bad at
Marketplace is the same way that Marketplace is for selling furniture. OnlyFans is the same for selling your body. I think that's where you meant to take it.
Yes,
I
the
wouldn't have chose that.
non-forced segue.
I wouldn't have chose those words
That was
exactly.
smooth as hell. What are you
but
talking
that
about?
was like butter. Anyway,
Butter must be
speaking
pretty
of
fucking
OnlyFans, speaking of
Some
OnlyFans,
crunchy butter.
That's some hard ass butter.
I can't for the life of me remember if we mentioned on the podcast or if I mentioned it to just you two. But at some point, because of the insane week that OnlyFans has had, there's an announcement that they were removing all of their porn content or adult content, whatever they're just classifying it as. And I was like, oh, I have a friend who is like on OnlyFans, and we're in contact, and I could probably ask him to come on the podcast. And then today, of all things, OnlyFans is back.
Yeah, so let's mention that today is
Guess who's back?
Wednesday
Back
of
again.
the last week,
Yeah.
August 25th.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
last episode came out Monday, the 23rd.
See,
So Monday, OnlyFans announced that they were taking off all of their pornographic content.
yeah,
And today they reversed that decision.
yeah. It was 2 days of
It was a quick
a
turnaround.
lot of naked people panicking.
Yeah.
Like a lot of dancing around in their robes. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Well, Tommy, you told us some numbers about the pornographic content on OnlyFans. What was it?
Yeah, so the numbers I saw were. Hey, this sounds so weird. Yeah, the numbers I saw, I did some deep research.
Just some hard research.
Yeah. Did you know Mia Khalifa has an OnlyFans? No.
Does she?
I think she does.
I
I thought she was out
I
of
don't
that
think. I
game.
think
I
that
just
she made like an
assumed-
announcement where she was like, "I'm not doing
Yeah.
this anymore."
I just-
I mean, after
assume
that hockey puck
she
popped her
does.
fake boob, I thought she was out of
Yeah,
it.
right.
I forgot
but,
about that.
Last
That's
year,
a funny video.
in their announcement where they announced that they were taking away pornographic content, they announced, they were saying they basically were taking away the pornographic content to inspire investors to try to reach a $1 billion investment goal, which was part of the confusion as of like, why are you doing this?
Wait.
Because they then immediately followed that up by saying they made $2 billion in revenue the year before.
Who are their investors? Because they're not a public company. Are they just saying people that pay for OnlyFans subscriptions? Or
Well, no, because you can invest in a private company.
like that's not easy to do though. It's
No,
not,
but they
it's
were
not
trying.
super accessible.
But they were trying to attract investors.
Are they trying to go public? Maybe.
Possibly, I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, it would make sense to get rid of the pornographic content if you're trying to go public.
Yeah.
But so they made $2 billion in revenue last year, and I believe I saw a statistic that says that at least like 90% and up of their content, somewhere in that range, is pornographic.
Damn.
So by cutting that off, they would basically be cutting off $2 billion of revenue. And once again, revenue is one of those tricky words. I don't know what their
Yeah.
net profits is. I don't know what they're,
Yeah.
because, the people actually, showing their bodies and stuff, they get the money. And then OnlyFans takes a cut of that and stuff like that. So I have no idea what they're actually making on a net profit wise or what their numbers look like that ways. But they're basically giving up their entire business that was bringing in $2 billion worth of revenue to chase after a $1 billion investment to try to just be a Patreon competitor, which doesn't make a lot of sense because Patreon's got a pretty good
They have a
stranglehold.
hold of that.
Well, yeah, and they have a better percentage that they take too, if I remember correctly. So OnlyFans was like already like it was literally if Burger King went, you know what, we're not going to make burgers anymore, and we're going to call ourselves Turkey King, and we're only going to make turkey sandwiches.
Oh,
It's like
IHOB, RIP.
It's like how the fuck do you expect to make money? Like, how the fuck do you expect to make money when you're cutting off your entire business? Like, look,
90% of it.
Yeah, like you may not have wanted to be the porn platform, but guess what? You're making a fuck ton of money right now because you're the porn platform.
And it happened to them. And I understand that happening where like you were like, I want to be a Patreon-esque type business, and you found your niche, embrace it.
No, that's how you make a shit ton of money is embracing your niche. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how fucking Tom's became what it was.
Tom's?
Yeah.
You talking about deodorant or shoes?
No, the shoe store.
Okay.
Yeah. Because nobody else was making, at the time Tom started, no one else was making like sustainable material shoes that was also donating a portion of their profits to good cause.
Do they do that? I never knew that.
No, a lot of their profits go to charitable causes in like Africa and places of need.
I think when they first started,
and
it
that's
was like,
how.
Sorry.
No, but that's how they latched on to the customer base that they have because it was a niche group of people that were like, I like Vans, but Vans is kind of like, it's just Vans.
Well, it's like Salad and Go.
I want something more.
It's like Salad and Go lying about their calories on their menu.
I don't know how that's similar.
They get you hooked in and be like, yeah, buffalo chicken salad, 300 calories. And you're like, sweet, I'm only eating 300 calories. There's so much food. And then you open their mobile app to order something, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's actually 600 calories.
It's like only 300 calories without the dressing and the meat.
Without the dressing and the meat. And I'm like, okay, so you're somehow stuffing 300 calories worth of vegetables in there? Like, how the fuck are you doing that, man?
I would say that segue was chunkier than Tanner's segue.
Thank you.
I wasn't trying to do a segue. I was just trying to bring up a comparison.
It was just an off-topic side comment.
So I was going to talk, or I had talked to him about being on the podcast, and he could still come on the podcast. I love people coming on the podcast. If you want to come on the podcast, please let me know.
I just don't understand why OnlyFans would make that decision, even though they reversed it at this point. But as of Monday, I don't understand why they would make that decision when, like, the pornographic content, it's already like steeply competitive with Patreon and then like the Pornhub Premium. And there's probably a shit ton of other stuff out there.
Yeah, and Patreon doesn't allow pornographic content by default, I think.
Really?
I don't think they...
I thought it did.
I don't think they allow certain types of like sexual content, but I don't think they allow just straight up like, here's my asshole type of content.
Okay.
I
don't know.
I think they might have policies against that.
Because I know a lot of like pornographic game makers sell their shit through Patreon. So maybe that's different from...
Yeah, I think Patreon sees that as like an art type of thing, like a free expression of freedom of speech. I don't think they see it as just direct sex work.
But anyways, yeah. So like OnlyFans obviously has a shit ton of competition on a bunch of other platforms specifically for pornographic content. So in a saturated market that they make a lot of money off of, why would they just all of a sudden cut it off? Like,
if you're
from a
leading,
business standpoint, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, if you're leading the charge in this demographic, why? But I'll tell you why. So there's an organization that's kind of conservative, and by kind of I mean very conservative.
Chick-fil-A.
They hate very similar.
It was Chick-fil-A.
Very similar.
Yeah, but this organization doesn't make iced tea as good as Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
iced
to
tea.
my boys. Give me them gallons.
No.
Okay, but
That's the only sponsorship I would deny.
It's really good.
It's the only one.
I know you hate them, but it's so good.
Do you understand Pig Latin? Because Hick-fil-A may sponsor us one day.
No. I like the effort that you tried to put in, though.
Yeah.
So where was I going with this? Oh, this organization is super conservative, and
Is it the Illuminati? Sorry, Tommy. Didn't mean to break you.
you killed him.
Imagine if that's who it was. It was the Illuminati or the Freemasons.
outer-
It's
or
Jared from
something.
Subway.
No, he's in jail, isn't he?
I hope so.
Dude. Maybe.
Where's Drake Bell? Is he in jail?
No.
No, but he's supposedly having a trial soon. I thought.
Okay.
No, I thought he already got, it all got finished up.
Oh no, I thought there was.
Do you
another
think they
trial
have
coming.
to share?
Hey, does he have another trial?
I don't know.
Do they have to?
He's
do they have
not
to share?
important enough for me to care about.
I'll look him up while you guys talk.
Do they have to share cells with other
Celebrities?
who are like pedophiles?
Yeah, it's just Drake Bell and Jared from Subway.
You want to join a club? Crosby is in there in the corner.
Crosby.
well, didn't he?
No, Cosby got out of prison.
Yeah, he got out.
He got released because
That son of a bitch.
the judge, one of the judge ruled something in the appeal case, something along the lines of like the girl or the woman, I should say that didn't, or the woman that filed charges against him originally in the original case. He originally, the state judge or something like that. This is all going to be fucked up, but it's the general line of thinking. The like regional or state judge ruled in some way that made it forced it to be a federal case.
Okay.
Or something like that. It basically forced it to go to a higher level to where instead of just trying to get money or something like that, I think it was like where it became a criminal case or something like that. Something along those lines. Judge did something, made it a bigger deal. And because he made it that bigger deal, it made something about the evidence or something like that, the integrity of it less. And so when they appealed it, the judge was like, yeah, like because this judge did this, we technically can't have him in prison. So he's out.
That's wild.
Yeah, how fucking nuts is that shit? Like that
That's
guy's
smart.
walking free. Yeah. But I mean, everyone knows he's a monster.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
Yeah, that judge.
He's not gonna return to normal life at
Oh,
all.
fuck no. Yeah, Cosby might as well be dead.
With Cosby money, your life is just inside your mansion.
Well, I hope he spent it all on his lawyer fees.
He's in his fucking
Oh,
80s or
probably.
90s now, too. So he's probably fucking
just needs a-
barely
He should
there.
just roll over and
he
die.
just needs a walker and a squeaky toy, I think.
How old is Billiam Cosley?
Billion.
Billiam
Cosby.
Cos, if you haven't, could not tell yet, I'm a little bit fuckered up. His name is Bill Cosby, and he's 84 years old.
84, yeah.
Is he still married? I thought she left him.
To Claire Hustable?
What?
Claire Hustable?
No, Camille Cosby.
Camila Cabello?
Could you imagine?
Dude,
Please
you know
don't.
what? I'm gonna tell you right now. I've had a sudden influx of Cuban women in my life. Wonderful people. Anyway, continue.
Who else besides Cabello?
I don't want to say it on the podcast,
Oh, okay.
but there's been a couple.
I'll hear the story later.
Who's that new artist that's all over the place on TikTok and stuff?
I don't have TikTok. I don't.
You know what I'm talking about, Gabe? Fucking what's her name?
I'm deep in TikTok, man. I got all the weird
You hear
shit.
her songs everywhere, and it's fucking annoying. She's like, it's the sociopath, line.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
I'll find it. Don't worry.
I'm a
I'll look it up.
sociopath line.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
Melanie Martinez?
No, I like her though.
Oh, I do
are we
like
gonna
her.
talk about what's his name? Augustus D.
We already talked about BTS.
Puppy?
No, but yeah. I guess okay. I should say this is what I want to say is the song. If you go back a couple episodes, Tanner talks about how he liked a song from what's his name?
Yeah, August.
Suga
August
is
D.
his name.
Well,
No.
the artist on Spotify.
On Spotify is
D.
August D. But those of everyone
I was
listening
right.
who knows who they are
Olivia Rodrigo.
knows.
Why does that sound familiar and also completely
Because she only
unfamiliar?
put out one album
She
ever,
sings-
and now everyone loves her.
She sings that one song that people speculated was about this famous couple
No,
where
has,
she
like,
cries
the
and drives
12
by their
songs, which
houses.
are all over TikTok, and I hear them constantly, so I don't want to hear them ever again.
I'm pretty sure
Dude.
she sings a song about driving
You know what's like
and crying.
the
Who
most
knows,
annoying
dude?
part about TikTok these
What?
days is that fucking
All of
stupid.
it?
Well, yeah, but that stupid fucking computer voice I can't fucking ever
Yeah.
not hear in public kills
it's
me.
It's
I don't like
people
that.
typing stuff over their videos and having like the Alexa or whatever
Yeah.
read it over.
When your dad comes home from the store, and it's like, oh my god, kill yourself.
Just read
Yeah.
it.
Like, yeah, it's,
Or type it in the
Yeah,
description.
just type. There's a thing called a caption.
I
Just
am
put it on the video when your dad comes home from the store. You don't need this dumb robot bitch to say it.
I am so glad
so-
that TikTok added like a scroll bar so you could fast forward through that dumb shit.
Did they?
Yes.
Only
I
on
don't
certain
have it.
videos though, over a certain
Yeah,
length, I
you have to
think.
you have to hit a minute.
Yeah.
But
What a waste of time.
the
dude.
reason why
Fuck, I just should re-delete TikTok. Hate that shit.
Jesus
I
Christ.
only downloaded it because you started posting TikToks, Gabe.
Okay.
It's your fault.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Notice he didn't even ask me to download it.
I just
Oh
did it.
no. I
Like he's like, I'm gonna save the argument.
I've already
No,
tried.
But the Dude Loft Mountain's on TikTok. Go follow.
I've tried once. I don't need to try again.
What's our username on TikTok? Is it Dude
Dude
Loft
Loft
Mountain?
Mountain.
Like the full mountain or just MTN?
Probably MTN.
Sweet.
Oh, that's good. Glad we know.
I
Are
think
we gonna get sued by Mountain Dew at some point?
No,
it's
we're not even close at all. There's no way.
Well, no, just because the MTN.
Yeah, that's an abbreviation for mountain.
What's their official name now? Is it the spelled out Mountain Dew or is it MTN Dew?
I think it's MTN.
Because that's what their can says. MTN
Are they
Dew.
still around? I haven't seen anybody serve Mountain Dew.
No,
in
we're
forever.
just adults, so we haven't drank Mountain Dew since we were
Oh,
19.
okay.
and we also don't live in the Midwest.
Yeah.
They love
This
that
is
shit
true.
there.
I used to drink Mountain Dew when I was in high school all the fucking time because my body could take it. Now I drink a Mountain Dew and I feel like
Wanna
I'm
die?
sludge.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's very funny to me that Taco Bell's like go-to like drink sponsor is Mountain Dew. Like it fits so well.
Yeah, with the well,
and
no,
I
it
love
totally
Taco
is, yeah.
Bell, but I never drink Mountain
Taco
Dew.
Bell is the gasoline of food, and so is Mountain
Okay,
Dew.
okay.
What?
Taco Bell's art, Tommy.
It is art, but you know what else is art? Beautiful V8 gasoline.
It's not gasoline, man.
But gasoline to him is a compliment.
Oh,
when,
it is?
when I first
Dude.
moved in with Tommy, he had this fucking coffee that he could only describe as the highest compliment he can give
Was
is that
gasoline?
it's yes.
Okay, good.
Dude,
Because I'm saying Taco Bell is like the Picasso of fast food.
And that's what he's saying too.
Okay,
and
good.
Tommy,
Yeah,
Good,
I
glad
grew
we're on
up.
the same
I grew
page.
up with the truck driver dad, so a lot of my nostalgic like smells are from like truck stops at night when there's like morning dew in the air. But then there's also diesel and gas and everything like
Yeah.
that. So I fucking love the smell of like an oily truck stop, like concrete
Yep.
outdoor bed.
And then you go
like,
into the gas station and shove your face with a hot dog.
Yeah.
cutie hot dogs, so good.
Pissed for the first time in 12 hours.
Those are always good.
Well,
God.
don't most truck drivers just pee in a bottle?
Yeah, we pissed in bottles, but there were some complications with that. And you obviously had to hold your shit. But
Yeah, you can put that in a bottle.
yeah,
too, if
fun
you
fact:
try.
if you try to
Don't.
piss in a Gatorade bottle and you press the bottle up against your pelvic bone, it creates an air seal. And when you pop that bottle off, it sprays your piss everywhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to being me at like 6 years old, figuring out water physics.
I remember one time in high school, I was on the basketball team. We were like traveling late at night back home from an away game.
Did you shit in a
And-
lake again?
No, but no, but some dude on the bus like really needed to pee, and he peed outside the window.
Nice.
And there was a window further back in the bus that was open, and it created like a wind tunnel,
Oh no.
and it sprayed right back in.
Oh no.
The back window.
Yeah, it creates a vortex because the
Yeah.
wind's pushing it down.
And everyone in the like last two or three rows of the bus just got absolutely sprayed
Oh.
with this kid's pee. Oh, it's
Disgusting. I would have murdered.
hilarious.
Like, you guys
25
give
to
my
life.
hometown shit, but what the fuck, man?
I mean,
You guys were shitting in lakes and pissing on buses?
we lived in a town of like 2,000. I don't know. You had to
Oh,
drive.
those people will forever be remembered
You
as
had
the
to-
ones who got pissed on
You
them.
had to drive far to for an away game, my guy.
Could you imagine being pissed on a school bus? That's like
Without
that's like,
consent?
Yeah, that's like rock bottom for 16 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Being the
great.
kid that got
Yeah.
peed
Yeah.
on without consent?
Oh yeah,
Upsetting.
yeah.
With consent, totally different.
Yeah, with
ballgame.
consent, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an interesting. Well, no, are we still?
See how everything is so much better and safer with consent?
Dude, consent is pretty dope, ladies. I'm here. Let's talk. Consent is dope.
Did I send you that video of Kanye today?
Did he talk about consent?
Kind of.
Uh-oh.
No, but it was just this video of like this stranger who happened to meet Kanye in the street for some reason and was talking to Kanye.
Because
And
that's where Kanye
and
probably
he was like,
lives.
he was like,
Kanye what?
Kanye, I know everyone thinks you're crazy, but like you're just a man with your opinion and you're voicing it. I like it. And then Kanye was like, can I hug you? And everyone in the comments was like, consent Kanye, yes. Like everyone was so
Consent.
proud.
Like, if someone said, like, hey, man, everyone thinks you're crazy, Tommy, but I don't think you're crazy, my initial reaction would be like, can I hug you and look crazy?
That's pretty much how it went down.
My initial reaction would be like, thank you, my good man. I'm actually quite sophisticated. And then I'd turn around and just be like,
I think if Kanye's fans are amazing.
Kanye just put out Donda, please.
Donde? Please. I can't. I only just say donde every
Yeah.
time.
Is
Donde,
it? Is this
donde.
just? Is there going to be like a 5-minute segment every week that's just like,
Yeah,
where's
because
like donde?
It's been like 3 or 4 episodes at this point.
I'm gonna
It's like 3 weeks overdue.
in 2 years,
Bro,
from
there is
now.
no donda.
Yeah. In,
There is no Donda.
There is no donda.
No, but I watched the listening event. I know
No,
it's real.
Just listen. Look at me. Just accept there's no donda because then when it comes out, you'll
I'll
be
really
surprised
excited.
and you'll be
I'll
happy.
really excited. Yeah.
because it'll actually be here.
No, that's true. That's why I avoid trailers for movies that I know I'm gonna watch because like I don't want to have any expectations going into it. I just want to watch it and be wholly surprised. Makes watching movies so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch trailers either because I don't want to know.
And especially for The Last Jedi, I didn't watch any of the trailers for it. I watched it and was still disappointed. So let that just put that movie into perspective.
Didn't we watch The Last Jedi together?
It's a fucking trash can of a movie.
I don't think we
dude.
watched it together. I think we watched the first of that 3.
No, I watched the first one with some other friends. We watched Last Jedi together, and then we watched it together.
Guys, Gamescom. Have you watched any of that?
Is it Gamescom or Gamescom?
Com.
It's Com?
Yeah, it's Gamescom.
Is Gamescon a different thing? Because I thought Gamescon was a thing.
Gamescon is like a...
That's like a German thing or something,
No,
right?
it's like a journalist website, like a... I don't even... Like a...
Games journalism?
Like an IGN. Yeah, game journalism. Yeah.
God, IGN, that's something I haven't heard in a while. Oh, no, I'm getting old. I haven't thought about IGN
They're
in forever.
still around.
I know, but I just don't give a fuck about like video game news
No.
as much. All my video game news I get from you now.
Yeah. IGN's
Like-
fucking corrupt. Like, they just like post out... It's the same as YouTube. They put out shit for clicks.
Yeah.
Like, that's all
Yeah.
they do. But anyways, Gamescom, related to Star Wars, Lego is putting out a game called the Skywalker Saga. And it's a Lego Star Wars game of all 9 movies.
Wow.
I know. Because,
But-
dude, do you remember the old Lego Star Wars games? Those
Yeah, I fucking
They used to
loved
be
them.
the shit.
Every time Yoda
They were
died.
so dope.
Is that the fucking...
I loved those games because you
Dude,
could
it's so
actually be
fun.
Yoda.
I have a
They're so
friend.
fun.
I have a friend who gets upset if you're not as good at games as he is when you're playing with him.
Yeah.
Or like if you're just trying to have fun.
That was me with Rocket League.
No, you were pretty okay.
No,
with
yeah, I'm
Rocket.
just saying you're bad.
Oh, okay.
Roasted.
he never
Well-
said anything to me.
Get wrecked.
The point.
That's because you're still new. I can't hear your
The
feelings.
point is,
Thanks.
let's all calm down. Okay, all right. Look, I at one point in my life was a Gold 1 member. Okay, so I was average. But what was I talking about? Gamescom,
Well, Gamescom, Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
I have a friend who takes that game very seriously, and I played with him one time.
They take Lego Star Wars very seriously.
Yeah, he got very upset with me because I was messing around.
I didn't think that was possible.
right.
I was like,
No, legit though.
It is possible.
When I played my first thing with Lego Star Wars, like my first interaction with it was I had a friend who let me borrow his Game Boy SP.
His Gay Boy.
His Game Boy, his Game Boy SP, and I literally
What's a Game Boy SP?
it was a little flippy laptop looking one,
Oh,
the
okay.
square one,
Yeah.
and he let me borrow that, and I remember because I never had one. All I had was a GameCube at that point, so I had no idea how to like where to go or anything like that in the game. So all I did was just walk around the bar that you start in
Yeah.
and just shoot shit and like die
And he
and,
just
like
got
collect
mad at you.
coins and shit. No, he didn't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like he would literally take it back and charge it for me just to give it back to me so I could walk around like the loading area basically and like the main menu of it basically and just chill. Like,
Dude, the amount of detail and like funny little things that they put into those Lego Star Wars games are dope.
yeah.
But I remember playing Lego Star Wars on like the DS, and in episode 1 during the pod race, it was like a whole bunch of mini games to try to win the race. That was the most fun shit ever. I love those games.
I probably have missed so much on the Lego games because I never paid attention to, like, I do not take that game seriously. It is a Lego
No,
game.
You don't take it seriously.
So
but-
I didn't catch anything. I was just happy because I have always wanted, like, Yoda is my shit. I love Yoda so much. And every Star Wars game that came out when I was younger, Yoda was never a playable character.
Yeah.
He's never even in it most of the time. And I was like, why is this not everyone's favorite character?
Yeah.
And that was the start of my realization that I always am going to like the character that nobody gives a shit about.
Well, I mean, everyone gives a shit about Yoda, but like he's just not in a lot of games.
Yeah.
Did you play Battlefront 2?
No. But when you told me to download Hades, do you know what I fucking saw?
Battlefront 2?
Yep.
You need to play through the campaign of that.
I'm going to.
That is in my opinion, one of the like best Star Wars campaigns that there are. It's super good.
Yeah, I'm very excited that...
Wait, but you previously talked about the Last Order, or what is it, the Jedi Order? That game. Well, I can't think of what it is.
Wait, which Battlefront 2? The new one or the old one?
The new one.
Okay.
There's two.
Yes.
There's two twos?
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
Because there's Battlefront 2, which came out like 15 years
Is that
ago.
the one that's...
2005, 2006?
Is that the
Yeah.
one that's more shooty? Or is that the one with the two
Well, they're both shooty.
The one that's more like Call of Duty is the new Battlefront 2. The old Battlefront 2 was like third person, and like you could fight it. It was a lot more fun in my opinion because like Like the hero battles were a lot more fun. It had better mechanics and stuff like that.
Oh, Tanner,
the space
new
battles were cool,
Battlefront
too.
2 is really good though.
you're gonna be so disappointed in me
Why?
because I'm mixing this game up with a different game. I'm thinking of
game?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh no, that's the game that I was trying to think of.
Okay.
Because I know you had said you had downloaded that.
Yes,
But
that
no.
recently, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but so I still need to finish that game. I haven't gotten through it.
I never finished it either.
Yeah.
It didn't pull me in story wise.
I started it and got through like the first couple chapters or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
That game is
It's like the combat I wasn't super attracted to.
yeah, it reminded me a lot of like oh god, what were the Force Unleashed. It reminded me
Force Unleashed was dope.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of that, but without as captivating a story.
Yeah.
Because I felt like the story was I feel like a lot of Star Wars outside of just the main movies nowadays are really catered towards people who really, really enjoy the extra lore. And I've never been one of those people. I love Star Wars.
And that's where
I like it for
that's
what
where
it
the
is.
last what's the name of the game, Gabe?
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. That's where that game lives.
It's deep in the lore. Like
Yeah.
they're making up new shit for it, like and everything like that. Like it was a big deal, like lore wise, that like this Jedi survived and like all this stuff.
and
you
is
know,
living in the Empire, like trying
Yeah.
to make ends meet and just live under the radar.
So it's one of those things where when you're playing it, it's like if you're not a 110% Star Wars fan, like some of my friends are, but I am not. I don't know what the fuck's going on half the time.
I
don't know what these
play
monsters are. Like,
Star Wars games with the same kind of attitude of like, I don't know any of this. I know what I watch. I don't read extra shit.
Yeah.
I don't watch shows. I watch the 3 main movies of each, era.
yeah.
And that's it. That's all I do. So I don't pay attention to fucking anything unless there's a character I recognize and I go, ooh, and then I fight. And that's all
Yeah.
I do. I just fuck shit up for hours.
This is why I think you'll like the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had started the Fallen Order and like it was okay. Like it's a good looking game. I didn't get super into the combat. I need to give it another chance. But my problem is I don't put a whole lot of time towards single player games right now to just play through the campaign unless it's Hades because that's like a hack and slash. It's like you can sit down and play it for 20 minutes.
It's
and,
so good.
And like you don't have to focus.
That is what's great about that game is you can sit down and play it and get through as much as you can once or twice and then
And call it a day.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
like, I feel like I had fun. Like,
Yeah. But so like you can't do that with Fallen Order. You can't necessarily do it with Battlefront 2, but if you play through the campaign of Battlefront 2, the campaign is dope. You play as like essentially like a special ops of the Empire, like a bad guy.
Okay.
And through your missions as the bad guy, you realize that the Empire is like kind of fucked up and you have an interaction of sorts with Luke and you realize that like, oh, maybe you're fighting for the wrong side and you like switch sides. And so you're not at all tied to like the mystical stuff as far as like the Jedi or the Sith go, and you don't have any of those kind of powers. But you're just like a badass trooper that is involved in like this big war.
Interesting.
It's really fun and it has a good story.
Episode 7 from a different perspective.
Kind of, yeah, exactly.
That's where they started. It's interesting. I think I would play that. I don't know if I will be all that interested because I like Star Wars because I like Yoda.
Yeah,
And he's all the mystic. So I don't know if I like it.
in that era of Star Wars, there's no Yoda.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll still shoot things. Like I'll probably still play it as I don't know what's happening. I've been on this level for probably 4 months and I've just killed
so,
everyone.
You know how Karina and I were watching through the Star Wars movies? It was also on my list to play through that game with her
Oh.
because I enjoy the story so much.
You can play with each other?
No, it's a single player game, but like either her and I would take turns, but we would like play through it for the story.
Yeah.
I see.
Because it's so good.
Okay.
The have you ever listened to or read the book from a different point of view?
Is that the name of the book?
Yeah.
No, never heard
It's
of
a
it.
Star Wars book that takes a bunch of like events that happen in the Star Wars movies and gives them like kind of a different life. So like for example, the droid that blows up in the 4th movie that causes Luke to pick R2D2 instead.
Oh, yeah.
That like in the book is explained that like R2D2 and this droid are like this droid knows R2D2 is like important and needs to like R2D2 like talks to him and is like I need to go with this guy. Like you need to do something, please. I need to go with this guy, and so he blows himself up to basically, like, you know, like fuck the
Set him
Empire
on his
kind of
path.
thing. Yeah, and you know, to push forward destiny. But one of the stories that I really like is called, I don't remember what it's called actually. Oh no, I do remember. It's called There Is Another, and it's Yoda before Luke arrives on Dagobah to train. And it's all about how he's feeling in the Force that there's like, he feels like Obi-Wan die in the battle with him and Darth Vader.
Yikes.
And he's like, he feels like a loss, but then he immediately starts talking to Obi-Wan the Force Ghost.
Yeah.
And they start talking about how there's another Jedi, like that's gonna come and needs to be trained by Yoda. And Yoda's all hyped. He's like, fuck yes, I'm ready. Like, I've been waiting for this. This is why I've been waiting here. Let's get this Jedi trained. I can't wait till she's here. And they're like, oh, no, it's not the girl. It's the boy. And he's like, no. Like, no. Like, the boy is not the chosen one. Like, he's stubborn. He's angry. He flirts with the dark side all the time. I can feel him whenever he makes a decision. Like, he's totally screwing everything up.
Is this supposed to be in reference to, like, Rey and...
No, this is
Kylo?
reference to Luke and Leia.
Oh,
Leia.
okay.
Yeah, because this is
when-
all taking place during the old trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Like when
Yeah.
when Yoda's just chilling.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Dagobah.
duh. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it's like a really cool story where Yoda has to like it's kind of like one of those cool stories where it shows like a typically Zen character,
Yeah.
uncharacteristically unzen, and then how they get themselves back to like their center and like reckon with themselves and be like, okay, like I guess I can train them. Like I'll just have to. Like if this is what the Force is putting in front of me, this is what I got to do, kind of thing. But it's a really cool book. It's got a bunch of cool little stories like that.
That's so cool. There's so many dope storylines out there about Star Wars in the forms of books. Like I've read most of the Commando books, and those are badass. Like they're so cool. And then Disney just had to grab a hold of it, fuck it all up.
There's still good Star Wars books. They're just almost
The books are still
Claudia
good.
Gray.
It's just like it's like the way Disney took the movies and kind of disregarded
Oh yeah,
the books.
the movies are shit.
Yeah.
Look, I love Disney. Disney's my favorite company. I have a Disney fucking tattoo now.
Multiple.
Do I?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah, technically the Jack
Yeah.
Sparrow one. But I have 2 Disney tattoos. I fucking love that company. I love Disneyland. Love everything about it. I fucking hate those new Star Wars movies. I don't hate them.
Disneyland is magical, but they fucked up Star Wars.
Yeah, and they know that. You know, it's like
It's because
The last time you went to Disneyland, did you go to the Galaxy's Edge though?
I didn't go into Disneyland.
That's right.
this
Have you
time.
been to Galaxy's Edge?
I have been. It's fucking
It's
awesome.
dope.
If you're I'm a Star Wars fan, but
It's
once
so
again,
cool.
I'm not deep enough necessarily to get all the little tips and tricks here or there. It's just not my
Still
fandom.
gives you goosebumps though.
Yeah, but walking in there, it's like, fuck. Like, you turn this into a Star Wars, like, trading
It's
pool.
really
Like,
cool.
Yeah, it's a
It's
really
really
cool place
cool.
to be.
I felt the same way when I went to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And we went to
wanna
Harry
go.
Potter World.
Yeah.
And I was
Yes.
like,
Yep.
I was like, oh my God, this shit's so cool.
Harry
I'm
Potter
not
World
spending
is sick.
$85 on a stick,
I am.
but I really love Harry Potter. Not enough for that place to do what's it called? Galaxy something?
Galaxy's Edge.
Jesus.
Sorry.
It's just funny. I was like, do I say Jinx or do you say Jinx?
Yeah.
But no, what that land does for other people who really like Star Wars, I know I can watch people light up when they come into Harry Potter World. I'm happy. I'm just not happy enough to spend $85 on a stick or a rope.
Yeah, I would put
I will Amazon them.
first off, Galaxy's Edge kind of confuses me because they call it Galaxy's Edge, but it's also called Black Spire Outpost. So it's interesting
Yeah.
to me they just didn't call it Black Spire Outpost.
I have like a woven blanket that I bought from there for like $90.
I have a fuck ton of patches that say like Batu and like
so
Black Spire
nice.
Outpost and stuff. Rise of the Resistance is a great fucking ride.
Yeah.
Just like from a ride standpoint. The Millennium Falcon ride's a fucking amazing ride. Smuggler's Run is like amazing from a standpoint. I'm just out of all of taking Disney's like original lands out of question and stuff like that. Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge is probably my favorite, like,
So
buy-in land kind of thing. But we just went and saw Marvel. They just opened up the Avengers campus at DCA's California Adventures. We just went there, and like, I'm not a huge Marvel fanboy.
How was it?
It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's like, like the one thing Imagineers always do really well at the Disney parks, even if the rides don't live up to like hype, which Web Slingers is a ride I thought I would not like, and I ended up loving it. It's the Spider-Man ride that's new. They're opening up that, and then I think there's like a Quinjet or a Pimjet, whatever the fuck it's called, ride. You know the jets that they have that Shield uses and stuff like that. They're doing a ride.
There's a
centered
name
around
for that, and people know it.
I think it's called a Pimjet or Quinjet.
Really?
But
I didn't watch Shield.
well, no, they say it in the movies too and stuff like that. But all of it, like walking through it, like when you walk into the land, you walk over this like it looks like a lighting feature, which is like it's this center like circle covered in glass that's like shooting out these beams that are going up the walls and stuff like that. And it's an arc reactor, or what do they call it? The core reactor, the little thing that powers Iron Man, the arc reactor, arc core.
Yeah, it's an arc
something like that. Yeah. I think it's the arc reactor. It's one of those, and it's like making it seem like it's powering the entire campus. And then you go through it, and you have like web slingers. They're supposed to open a new ride. They have a Doctor Strange area, which is fucking cool.
Do they have a Wakanda area?
I don't remember Wakanda area. Doctor Strange's area is basically just like the opening. It looks like the opening of like a temple kind of area, and he does a little show there and everything.
Oh, I see.
But then they're gonna open the Quinjet ride, and then or Pimjet, whatever the fuck it's called, and then they have the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which is the old Tower of Terror, which is starting to grow on me because I'm starting to accept the loss of one of my favorite rides.
Yeah, that is kind of sad.
Yeah, because I just love that ride.
I'm very happy that when I went, I got to see the Tower of Terror for what it was.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marvel stuff, did you guys see the new Spider-Man trailer came out today?
Yeah, so it came out. Oh yeah, it did come out today.
Well, it came out today, but it was leaked earlier this week.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
they showed footage of the old Doc Ock guy.
Yeah, Alfred Molina's back in it
from the Tobey Maguire movies.
Well, did you see all the things they drew?
Well, I didn't watch the trailer, but I saw that the Doc Ock guy was leaked, and then Disney was just like, "Oh, we'll just drop the trailer today."
So this movie has been like rumored for a long time to be a movie where they're bringing all the Spider-Man along.
Well, because it's Doctor Strange with Spider-Man, and it's kind of like a mix of the different dimensions.
You're thinking
right?
of Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness,
which is combining the two,
which is his second movie. This is just Spider-Man's third movie, but I think they might tie into each other at some point.
Okay,
because Doctor Strange is a major part of this movie.
That's what I thought.
It's entirely possible they play into each other, which would be fucking cool. Like fucking right on Kevin Feige or whatever his name is. Like, good on you for having that much foresight for shit. But yeah, they're bringing back, like, they brought back Alfred Molina.
Just the clip of him saying, "Hey, Peter."
Yeah, hey, Peter.
Oh God!
But then in
my nostalgia bone.
In the trailer, there was clues for possibly bringing back Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
So, I don't watch trailers for these types of movies, and I haven't seen the second one because I haven't found the time to submerge myself into this movie.
Yeah,
I'm not the biggest Superman or Spider-Man fan, but I really like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I loved the other Spider-Man movies. They were great. My best friend's son fucking loves Spider-Man. So I watched all of those movies a lot.
I feel like Spider-Man's the gateway superhero. Like
to
every
a lot
kid
of
loves
people.
Spider-Man.
A lot of children.
I loved
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man as a kid. That was my first favorite superhero.
I was never crazy about him, but I definitely love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Well, I think that's why is I
like
those were
Willem
the
Dafoe.
first superhero movies outside of X-Men that
Yeah.
were really big.
Mm-hmm.
It involved Tobey Maguire, who somehow just stole teenagers and children's hearts everywhere as Spider-Man. And then on top of that, my grandma she would go to secondhand stores and stuff like that. And one of the secondhand stores she always went to, they always had old Spider-Man issue comics.
Yeah.
Printed out, it was still it was only a 10-page comic.
Yeah.
But she would get those for me all the time. So I knew a bunch of the old ass Spider-Man
That's
storylines,
dope.
with Vulture and stuff
That
like
is
that.
cool.
But the new movie's supposed to have Green Goblin coming back, Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina's back as Doc Ock.
There's some other
they're doing the
old
Lizard.
villain who is teased but wasn't revealed.
I think the other two, if I remember correctly,
People are speculating Sandman or
the Lizard and Sandman are definitely in there, and
okay.
then what's his name, Electroshock or whatever the fuck it is.
Jamie
so.
Foxx.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him, but it's the other guy.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think they'll bring Jamie Foxx back.
Yeah, but
And
Jamie Foxx is a villain.
And I don't know if Andrew Garfield's going to be in it, but I'm guessing they're going to save a Tobey Maguire reveal for the last trailer for the movie.
I really liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Mans.
Never watched them. Can't say one way or the other.
I liked him.
Yeah.
I watched them all. I love them. They all are great in their own way. But I am very excited, and I saw a little picture of Doc Ock, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of knew that was coming because there's a lot of I love Tom Holland. There's a lot of leaks about Spider-Man because I love Tom Holland. I always see them. And there's a picture of one of Green Goblin's bombs rolling or not rolling, but like just stopped rolling. And that's the only picture that I have. And I'm like, oh, if they bring back one of my favorite villains of all time, Willem Dafoe is the greatest villain, like actor ever. I
really
love
good,
him as being a villain. I was super excited for Death Note because he was the
voice.
scary character.
Yeah. And then that movie
And that
stunk.
movie like hurt me more than I thought it could.
So bad.
Disney owns Marvel, right?
Yep.
So I'm confused.
But they don't own Spider-Man's filming rights.
Oh yeah, because that's still Sony, right?
Yeah. So they, if I remember correctly, with Tom Holland Spider-Man, they had to buy those rights. Like they had to buy the basically, or at least the rights, I should say, to make him, and then they had to get stuff back. Like I think they said, like Sony, you get Venom and stuff like that, and we get Spider-Man and everything. But that's why everyone was so fucking surprised whenever he showed up in the Civil War trailer. Everyone was like, "Holy shit!" Like Disney must have shut.
That was a
huge shit ton of money.
That's a huge. That was a huge thing.
But I mean, look, now he's got a fucking ride in DCA. It's like obviously it paid off for him. Like
I'm confused. Not to take this back to Star Wars, but how does Disney dump so much fucking money into Marvel and a storyline that spreads over 30 movies, and they plan it so well, shit lines up, and it makes sense, and then Star Wars, the third trilogy. They dropped it like it was a turd on a hot day.
I have two answers.
Like leadership.
It's fucked up, man.
They fucked up on their leadership. For
I'm
Star
so
Wars.
sad.
I have two answers that have no basis. They are just my opinion.
Okay.
First one is Marvel fans are probably nicer than Star Wars fans.
This is Star Wars fans notoriously hate
And
Star Wars.
two,
Whack.
Whack.
Kevin Feige has been in charge of all of it versus, I don't know, pick someone to do it.
I know.
Has
So,
been
like-
Star Wars as a
Well,
approach.
there has been
why
someone.
was
That's the
was
problem.
Star Wars the last trilogy handed off from director to director,
So,
like with no direction?
Star Wars. So with
Dumb.
Marvel,
I hate Disney because they ruined my childhood.
when Marvel was Jesus.
That's a sentence I never thought I would
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. All right. The sweats are starting again. Marvel was, if I remember correctly, when I read Bob Iger's autobiography, he talks about the Marvel buy, and if I remember correctly, when he went to go meet with Marvel to start talks, Kevin Feige, I think, was already working there.
Yeah.
And already starting the plan. Because you gotta remember, like, Iron Man came out when it was not a Disney product yet.
Marvel was still separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if I remember...
But he had already laid the groundwork.
But he was already starting to lay the groundwork.
Yeah.
So you have that versus, in my opinion, what Bob Iger fucked up, and what he kind of admits in his book, he kind of fucked up a little bit, which is he told George Lucas, like, you'll still be able to have creative input and stuff like that, but we just kind of can decide to veto it.
Which is where it's dumb, because George Lucas had a series of films, like, all written and lined up.
Yeah,
He knew
and-
where he wanted to take it, and the prequels took it there.
Yeah.
And then it went a different direction and fucked up.
Yeah, and George Lucas, you can say what you want about him, because I know a lot of people give him shit. He is not a good director, but he is a good writer.
Yeah.
As long as he's got someone to check him. And at the time of writing the original Star Wars, it was his wife, now ex-wife, but wife at the time, who was the editor for the movie, who checked him and said, like, no, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. By the time you get to the prequels, he was running the show, and it was very obvious that he was not making good decisions on the documentary reels. But with the new movies, they bought Star Wars. They kind of promised George Lucas, like, yeah, if you want to give us your stuff, we'll consider it. And kind of made it seem like, but we'll move forward with it, They did not. Instead, Bob Iger handed all of the responsibility over to Kathleen Kennedy, who is a very famous producer. She's produced a lot of movies. I think the most recent movie I just watched I saw her name on was Hook. She produced Hook. Very famous producer in the 80s and 90s in Hollywood.
Robin Williams Hook?
Mm-hmm.
That movie that is famously hated.
Okay, nah, I'm gonna pretend.
No. I like that movie.
So do I.
I think most people do.
A lot of people
but
give it
famous,
shit,
Like
yeah.
it has terrible reviews.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
It's got like a 6 on IMDb.
It's like one of the
that.
most popular hated movies.
That's
It's one
my
of those
favorite
movies-
Captain Hook, I'm just going to say.
Yeah, and it's one of those movies where if you have a nostalgic tie to it, you automatically
You'll
rate
love
it
it.
like 3 stars higher
Yeah.
than everyone else.
Yeah.
But so they handed it to her, And instead of being like Kevin, I'm going to go on a first name basis with him now. Instead of being like him and saying, okay, let's start laying groundwork and stuff like that, she went, JJ, you made Star Trek reboot. Here, you take this and make a new trilogy. And JJ went, I don't really want to make a new trilogy, but I'll do the first movie. Because when the fuck am I ever going to get this opportunity again?
The first movie is the only one worth watching.
Yeah, it's only the one worth watching, and it's just a redo of the fourth movie.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, and
the only thing that makes it good is the nostalgia factor.
Yeah, it's literally just like, we're
that
back,
one
Star
scene when
Wars.
fucking Han Solo and Chewie get in the Millennium Falcon, and they're like, Chewie, we're
we're
home.
home.
I
Yeah.
cry. I weep.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I weep. I had a friend who really loves Star Wars and thinks that she knows everything about it, and that's why we used to be friends.
Yeah.
But she,
I know who this is.
but she had such this hard on for this movie, and I watched it, and I was like, it's a good movie. And then every time that we referenced that movie, I just said, do you mean episode 4 or episode 4 again? Because just so that it would hurt.
I remember I walked out of the theater
Stupid,
because
dude.
we went and saw the first showing of it, like the 7 p.m. showing or whatever.
Yeah.
We went in there and saw that because me and two of my friends had tickets for it. And I remember sitting there and I was like, wow, this movie is great. This was so much fun to watch and everything like that. I can't believe they just did episode 4 all over again, but slightly poorer. But then, with the 7th movie, or I mean the 8th movie and the 9th movie, it was very obvious with the changing directors and changing writers and stuff like that. It's like Knives Out.
Good movie.
It totally vindicated
great
Ryan Johnson, in my opinion.
Rain.
Is his name Rain?
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
if it's pronounced
It
Rain.
totally vindicated him as being a bad director. Like, he's not a bad writer. He's not a bad director. He was handed a trilogy that one person started and goes, I don't want to finish it. And now he has to finish it. And he's probably hoping, I hope I get to write the movie after this. And they went, no, we're going to hand it back to JJ. And it's like, holy fuck, people. But Bob Iger in his book totally admits, we had zero plan. I handed it to Kathleen Kennedy. I did not give her a game plan. I, expected her, to just take it and run kind of thing. And none of us cared to make a game plan. And I think what it was with Marvel, when they bought Marvel, Iron Man had just come out. It was a big hit at the time. But Marvel was still a comic book company, and the comic books at that time were not. They were still it was still a dying breed.
Yeah.
It's still a dying thing. And when you look at Star Wars, I think they bought Star Wars because I think they bought Marvel for like $2 billion and then Star Wars for like $4 billion. I think they spent that money thinking, oh, we're paying for the audience. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Like, we can throw whatever we want at them as long as they see a lightsaber fight every now and
That's
then.
your first mistake.
They're going to be happy. And what they forgot is the worst, the people that hate Star Wars the most are Star Wars fans. Mm-hmm. Like, without a doubt. I've never met a Star Wars fan who doesn't hate Star Wars as much as anyone else. Like, it's fucking nuts.
This conversation has made me realize that I'm that person.
Every Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars. I genuinely like Star Wars. I fucking hate some of the Star Wars stuff. I hate Clone Wars. I hate the Clone Wars show. I'm sorry.
Oh, the show?
I'm going to say it. You know what? Everyone's told me to watch that stupid fucking 30 episode show.
You gotta get through a couple seasons.
I hate it.
Good.
It's not a good show in the beginning.
I think I'm just going to skip those seasons.
But I hate that. Mm-hmm. My brain does not like that. It does not like having to do
the fucking
that.
problem is they took over this franchise with no plan when Marvel has been like concepted from the beginning. But they knew what they were doing.
What's even stupider
Why?
is...
When Star Wars was an established thing
Yeah.
and more popular before Marvel ever took off.
Star Wars had a Kevin Feige. His name is Dave Filoni. And he headed up the Clone Wars, which, look, I've never watched the back half of the show. I'm sure it's great, but the front half ain't great. And I just can't get through. Look, I'm an adult. I have a job. I got cats. I have a drug problem, okay? I got shit to do.
There's a lot going on.
Okay, I don't got time to watch 20-minute increments of like these episodes where I'm like, don't know half of the shit they're fucking saying.
Yeah.
Like, I love Dave Filoni. I love everything he does. I think it's really awesome. Star Wars has a guy like him who is so passionate about Star Wars. George Lucas is like, knighted him basically. Is like, this should be the guy who takes over as everything. They had that. Mm-hmm. They had a guy. He's the one. Him and Jon Favreau are the ones in charge of the Mandalorian, which is like one of the biggest shows ever. And it's like, you had your Kevin Feige. You had him. but you didn't use him.
They could still use him.
Yeah.
Couldn't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they choose not to.
Well,
Yeah.
the damage is already done.
They're literally
you can't
now-
undo the last trilogy.
They're literally now kind of rolling back and saying like, hey, so we're going to give like a lot of the project ideas to John, Dave, and George.
Too fucking late.
Yeah. And it's like,
So now they're just going to... I honestly think that they should, if they haven't already chosen to do this,
Stop.
the 9 episodes, they are now complete. Now let's move on somewhere else in
they
this
did
universe.
that. That's what they did. Yeah.
Give me a Kenobi movie.
No, but see, that's the crazy part is Star Wars. They
weird.
bought Star
Why do
Wars.
both?
They bought Star Wars for $4 billion fucking dollars, which at the time was fucking nuts. I know we're
Yeah.
used to huge numbers now because Jeff Bezos is worth like what $290 billion fucking dollars or something like that.
Stupid
and
amounts
it's
of
fucking ludicrous amounts of money. But $4 billion for an IP is fucking insane. It is nuts.
It's a lot of money.
That is an insane amount of money to pay for one IP with a built-in audience that doesn't exactly have the best track record at the time when they bought it. Like the prequel trilogy was still fresh on the minds of a lot of people.
Yeah, well, because by the time they bought it, there were only 6 movies. I mean, if you exclude the Christmas specials and whatnot. But yeah, 6 movies, half of which were adored by a certain group of fans. The other half was adored by a different group of fans.
Yeah, because Star Wars is like it's now a generational fandom.
Yeah, you had a generation of, I love this, I hate these. And another generation that said the exact same thing, but opposite. I love these and I hate these.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you've got all of that, and you've got Dave Filoni heading it up, and you've got George Lucas heading up, and now they're like, it went from a $4 billion IP to where they were canceling movies. After Solo came out, they like announced like they had a Boba Fett movie in the works.
They
and
killed
were
a
like,
bunch of shit.
They were like, so we think like they literally pretty much said in a PR way. We think people might be getting a little oversaturated with Star Wars stuff, so
No,
we're going
it's
to go and
because
take a
they
step
fucking
back.
lost their balls. They had one bad movie, and they're like, let's kill it all. Idiots.
They just
all
had
of them.
They just had
All of them. They're all fucking idiots.
They just had zero plan. I think they saw Marvel as, I mean, they
Their
had
saving grace.
They had Kevin Feige, so it's like it's hard to say what they saw it as because honestly, he probably did all the fucking work. They probably expected Kathleen Kennedy to just be like him and just do all the fucking work, and then she didn't because she delegated it to other people that weren't the right people.
Yeah.
And so you've got.
Why wouldn't your choice be, hey, we just bought this. Which one of you are the biggest Star Wars nerds?
Probably the person who made it.
Because I'm telling you, these people thought it was too hard to fuck up. They're like, look, these fans sat through the prequel trilogy and they're still dressing up.
Yeah.
They're still going to Comic-Con. They're still going to the movies. They're still buying the books. We can do whatever the fuck we want to these people.
Yeah.
And then they realized, oh shit, if we keep just burning, eventually people aren't going to come to movies. Because I remember when Solo came out, like people were boycotting that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a big fucking deal.
Now all of the backhanded comments from Han Solo, Luke, and Leia make sense. Because the entire time those 3 movies were happening, all 3 of them would just constantly shit on these movies.
No, yeah, that's what like Mark
I mean-
Hamill was probably the most vocal about it.
Yeah.
You
Carrie
know, just
Fisher.
being-
I mean, it's like
used to
similar
say
to
shit
Game
all
of
the
Thrones
time.
and Emilia Clarke and the rest of the cast just like shitting on the last season. It's
Yeah.
because like there was no follow through.
Yeah.
It's nuts that you would spend. I mean, I guess that's the definition of fuck you money.
Yeah.
yeah.
Spend $4
that's
billion,
true.
fuck it up, and not give a shit.
Yeah, but so here's the thing: is there's this really, really popular science fiction story, which has made a shit ton of money over the decades.
Is this going to
Is-
be about Dune again?
Famously popular.
I knew it.
Okay.
Is being led by a world-class director
Go
who's
on.
agreed to at least a trilogy.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's Dune.
Oh, I
And-
didn't know you agreed to the trilogy. That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, and Dune was one of the books that George Lucas cited as his inspiration for Star Wars.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Denis Villeneuve, don't fuck this up for me, please. Star
Dude.
Wars was already broken for me.
He fucking can't.
I think-
I just need.
He can't fuck it
I
up.
need a science fiction tragedy drama that will just blow my socks off.
If there was
Please.
one director who could handle Dune, it's him.
Oh no, it's gonna be amazing.
Like he handled Blade Runner 2049 beautifully. Think about how
I'm
hard
so
that
excited,
is.
dude. Just October 22nd. I'm counting the days. I have actually a countdown on my phone.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've
I've been waiting for this movie for 2 years.
if I'm available, can I go and watch you watch this movie because I think you might cry.
Karina knows how excited I am for this movie, so she will be in town for the release date because
She's a good
she
woman.
wants to be there.
She's a
with
good woman.
me. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, you guys are welcome to watch it with me.
Because I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
But I have seen trailers and I didn't know it was Dune, but I had told you. I'm so excited for this movie, and you're like, you mean fucking Dune? What I've been talking about for 2 fucking years?
Forever.
And I'm like, yeah. But yeah,
Dune will be the Star Wars that us adults have wanted.
I hope so
For
because there's a
years.
lot of people in it.
I
that
really hope you
really-
don't have to eat these words.
Dude, if I have to eat these words, I'm done. Done with the podcast. I'm sorry. I have to leave.
Kanye's failed me. Star Wars has failed me. If Dune fucks me over,
I've got nothing else to live for.
Kanye flew out of a fucking stadium and never came back.
Yeah, you're just gone.
Fucking
lifted
He
and
flew away just so he could post a bunch of weird pictures on his Instagram and not talk about the album. Put it out.
Do you think that's? Are you Kanye?
right? And I always talk. Yeah, I might do an album at some point, but 5 years later, how's that album coming, Tommy? What?
And your Instagram.
My Instagram.
Just a bunch of weird fucking pictures. To get that joke,
Weird.
go to Instagram.
Dude
at
Loft Mountain.
Dude Loft Mountain.
Weird.
Thank you all for listening very much.
Weird.
It's yeah.
Thank you.
All
and
you have
good
to do
night.
is look at the bunny picture.
Weird. Bunny picture.
Yeah.
Oh, the painting.
We should name him.
End it.
You know what? He looks like a Greg.
Greg? No, we
No.
can't use the name Greg
Why?
because he was a bad contestant on the last Bachelorette season.
Okay, all right. We're ending.